Hey guys, today we're going to go over eToro. If you want to follow along, the link to the article is at thesambonetwork.com/eToro. And yeah, I'm just going to go over eToro and what is good about them. Why I think it might be a good choice in terms of starting out. If you're a new investor, if you're a trader, if you're just breaking into the markets, and you want to start off on the right foot, on a solid foundation, eToro is definitely one of them. They're pretty solid. They're really reliable, as I found. They have really good reviews, a lot of positivity out there in terms of what everyone else is saying. They're regulated, they're trusted, they have high security, and they offer a ton of assets. They have a wide variety of assets, and they have other ways of benefiting as well. They offer copy trading. It's kind of like, people are getting into bot trading or automated systems trading. And I know eToro does not offer that yet, but I'm pretty sure they will eventually. As the trend will go along, they'll probably get with the bandwagon. But the next best thing that they have is copy trading. You can copy other profitable, successful traders out there and do exactly what they're doing. It's almost because at the end of the day, what is copy trading really? Or sorry, what is bot trading? We want to we want to get our hands off the wheel. We want to kind of like do things automatically, and copy trading is just another way of doing that. Yes, it's not quite, it's not as automatic, but it's the closest thing. It's pretty good, and you can find some really profitable traders out there, as we'll see later on in this video. So one of the things to know about eToro is that they've been around since 2007, for quite a long time. They're based out of the UK. They have offices in the US. They have offices in Australia, in the UK, of course, and somewhere else in Europe. I forget where exactly, but most importantly is that they have an office in the US, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching right now, you're probably based in the US and wondering, okay, well, can I use eToro in the US? Is it available? And they are. You can definitely use eToro. They serve US clients, and you can, if you want, you can open up an account with them using the link right here that we have. It is a bonus link. You get a $10 bonus if you deposit $100. So you can go ahead and do that. But of course, do your research. And I also want to use this as a way to help you do your own proper research when it comes to looking for a broker or any other platform. If you decide not to choose eToro, if you want to go with someone else, then I want to give you the skills to, hunt your own fish rather than just give you the fish and say, here, take it. I want to give you those skills and have you able to do that. So here's what other people are saying about eToro. And these are some pretty trustworthy sources as far as I know. Trustpilot has the name trust in it, as it says. They rank eToro at a 4.3 out of 5. Forex Brokers gives it a 4.5 out of 5. Broker Chooser gives it 4.9 out of 5. These fools, call the Motley Fool, really. They give it 4 out of 5, and Traders Union says 7.5 out of 10. So they're pretty good reviews. They're pretty positive reviews. As you can see, there's quite a few of them. Yeah, so that kind of tells me, okay, so that's good. People out there are saying, and not just other random clients and users, but even traders, people who trade for a living and actually use the platforms for their intended use. If they're saying that this is good, hey, that's a check mark in my opinion. This fills out some of the criteria, and at the end, that's what you want. You want to choose a broker that fills up all the check marks. And in terms of what check marks, what criteria to look for, well, that's what we're going to go through right here. Right. So one of the things I look for is, are they safe? Is a broker safe? Are they reliable? And one way of finding out is if they're regulated. So over here, if we click here, it shows you all the regulations that eToro has. So they are regulated in Australia, in the UK, in Cyprus, Seychelles, and the US. They have a few regulations in the US. And these are top tier regulators, meaning that they have very strict guidelines, very strict policies, and strict criteria to meet in order to be regulated. And the cool thing is, if you click on these links, it takes you to their certification page. So the actual certificate that they received from that regulator, because there are a lot of brokers out there that say, oh, we're regulated here and so. But if you click on their link, or if you go look for them under the regulatory website, so for example, if I go to like the ASIC and look for XYZ broker, I can't find them, that means they're not really regulated. So that means they're lying. They're bullshitting me on their website. They say they're regulated, but they're not really. And in fact, some of these regulators, if you go to their website, they'll issue warnings and cautions of scam brokers, of certain brokers that are pretending to be eToro, which is kind of nice. So you know, okay, if I find this, if I see this name and these guys say, okay, we offer this, and we're so-and-so, they claim to be eToro, well, they're not, because you can check on there, you can check their register number, you can check their website. There are ways of checking to see if that broker is legitimate. Luckily, I did that homework for you. It's all on here. That eToro is in fact legitimate. You know, like I said, click on these links and you can see the certification for yourself. Also, if you want to go to the site and see if eToro is regulated, you just go to their homepage, scroll all the way to the bottom and usually a broker would have regulation, customer agreement, risk disclosure, any type of those words. Most of the time it's regulation or registration, and you can check here and see where they're regulated, and it shows you the number and all that kind of stuff. So it gives you all that information, which is nice. Just shows that they're transparent and they're upfront, and that's what you want. You want a broker that is transparent, that is upfront with everything, and eToro is. They're totally upfront with it, with all that. As I mentioned earlier, they cater to U.S. clients. Part of the reason why is because they have an office. They're regulated by the SEC and FINRA, and they have a U.S. office. So they fill those check marks, and that is why they can cater to U.S. clients. Another big thing is they have no commissions. They offer 0% commissions on stocks, ETFs, and also, let's find out, what else do they offer? Nothing. Options. Now, if you live in the U.S., that they offer options, which is kind of nice. So they don't charge any commissions or any fees on options, which is pretty cool. And you can see a breakdown here of some of the other fees that they charge. So although they don't charge any commissions on stocks, they do charge some small fee, 0.1%. Or is it 0.1%? I think it's 0.1%. Sorry, I got to fix that there. 1% on crypto. In fact, we'll go straight to their page. Let's go straight to the source and find out what's going on. So if we click on trading and fees, it takes you here to this lovely page of green and black. No management fees, as it says, 0% commission on stocks. So you can see, bid and asks, market spread, FX conversion, all of that stuff. None of those fees. So that's kind of nice. And if you see here, the only fee they do charge is a $5 withdrawal fee. So you just want to make sure that when you're withdrawing funds, you want to make sure it's a substantial amount and you're not doing it too often, because they can add up. So make sure, just do your research and do your homework. That's really the only fee that they charge. I'm kind of laughing because that's it, really. That's not much in terms of stocks. So if you're looking at stocks and ETFs, yeah, you're pretty much golden. You're not paying any commissions. The spread is pretty tight for the most part. It's really good. And in terms of crypto, they charge a 1% fee over there. And with CFDs, if you don't know what CFDs are, they're basically it's contract for difference. So you're leveraging funds, you're leveraging money to purchase or sell an asset. You're kind of buying a contract for it. You're not really holding that asset. You're just kind of buying the right to. It's almost like options. It's a type of derivatives trading or derivative style investing. So if you look at the spreads, part of what CFDs are currencies, so Forex, commodities, indices, and stocks. So if you say you want to buy with purchasing power of like 5x, and I'll show you how you can do that when we go onto the platform itself. So indices, it's 0.7, starts from 0.75 points. Stocks and ETFs, 0.15%, and they also charge overnight fees for currencies and commodities and CFD stocks. So you can go over that. But for currencies, it's roughly, it varies. It kind of varies based on what the instrument is, and that's pretty much the same thing for all of them. It varies based on certain things like the interest rates, currency conversions, all those type of things. You gotta stand straight so you get the proper sunlight and don't really mess up the brightness and the lighting too much. So those are the fees there, overnight fees for holding on to these positions for more than a day. And those are the major fees. Now, if you want to look at the other fees, they have a PDF that takes you straight to their fee page. So again, transparency, right? They're totally transparent. They don't hide anything from anyone. They want to make sure that they're out in the open, making sure that you know exactly what you're paying for or what you're getting into. Because a lot of people, last thing you want to do is just get sidetracked and blindsided, right? No one wants that. No one wants to be blindsided. So there you go. And then over here, actually, if you stay on this page, it gives some examples of that. So that's kind of helpful too. And it has a link to the full breakdown, a link to that fee page, the breakdown there. I got to change this to 1%. It's not 0.1. As you can see here, in terms of, a lot of people look at, okay, how are the spreads charged? I'm looking for tight spreads. This is all they're really charging. They're just charging 1 pip, really. And there's an overnight fee, just like called swaps and all that. But really, that's it. You're paying at least 1 pip, and I think that's based off Euro USD. So that's pretty good, really, and you're not paying any commission at all. So that's pretty tight. That's pretty good, especially when you're starting out and getting a hold of investing, trading, purchasing assets, and all that kind of stuff. Right, and over here you can see some examples so you get a better idea. This is what a CFD is. You're using leverage to purchase or sell an asset, right? U.S. customers, they accept. Now let's go on to copy trading. Copy trading is pretty straightforward. You're picking a trader, you're choosing a trader that you want to copy, and you basically copy their trades. You can choose as much money as you want. You don't have to invest as much as they're investing. You can choose when to get out at any time, and it's mostly an automatic thing. So it's really straightforward. It's nothing difficult at all. In fact, eToro has one of the best copy trading platforms out there. And not just me saying that, it's all these other reviewers. Forex Broker says best overall. Business to Business also says best overall. Wall Street Zen says best overall. Traders Union says best platform in the US. And Benzinga also says best overall. Right? So I've got a lot of people are saying that this copy trading stuff, it's the copying people out there. eToro has one of the best, if not the best, platforms out there. So if you're looking at that, if you're looking at, you don't want to do too much research, you kind of want to take a hands-off approach and it's almost like investing with a money manager. You're almost like investing with an ETF manager. You're putting your funds in there, and that's it. They're doing the work for you. That's it. You just get to take your hands off. And later on, you can always go in there and, you can take a little more hands-on approach and see. In fact, here's a look at some of the top traders. If we go down here, if you go, and how to get there, actually, more importantly, is if you go to etoro.com/discover, or you can, if you're on the home page here and you click on, all top markets and all markets, or if you go to trading and click on trading platform, it'll take you there. And right here, you get to see all these traders. And if you want a closer look, let's see here, where is that? If we click on view all, it takes you to a nice page where you can sort and filter out all the traders that you want to see based on, where they're from, based on what they're invested in. If you're primarily into stocks or ETFs, okay, well, what trader out there is primarily invested in ETFs? What have their gains been, and what time period, right? So it's pretty cool. You can filter out almost to exactly the type of trader you want to copy and follow. You can find trending ones, long-term ones, short-term ones, multiple strategy people. And, let's say I like this guy, right? Rajas Trader. Rajas or Yaris, right? Rajas? I don't know. I'm not good with the pronunciation. So it shows a nice little description, gives a little bio, shows their performance within the last 2 years, year to date. You can see that. Gives a little risk score to help you decide, okay, well, what type of risk appetite do you have and what type of trader is appropriate for you. It gives you a breakdown, all that, gives you some stats here based on what their returns have been on a month-to-month basis over the year, over the past couple of years, and it shows their portfolio on what they're holding, what sort of assets they're holding on to, how much of their portfolio that asset is taking up. So for example, this one, here, Meta, they're buying, and they're holding around their 14%. I mean, of their portfolio consists of Meta, is what I'm trying to say there. And if you want a little bit of a graphical representation, you can get that here. So it's really cool. You get a really good look at some of these traders and see, okay, well, you can really break it down and really inspect and find out, okay, is this person right for me? And it shows you a graphical chart of how their returns have been. So say, had you invested with this person at the beginning of 2023, say 10,000, it would have grown to around 12,000 by now, right? So it gives a good idea. It's really upfront. It's really transparent. I think that's what makes eToro one of the best platforms when it comes to copy trading, because they're just totally transparent. You know what you're getting into, and it's super simple, super easy. You just need to start with $200. Minimum amount per trade is $1. So it's very low barrier of entry. And again, if you use deposit at least $100, you get $10 of bonus. And especially if you use the link in the description / in the article right here. So yeah, so that's copy trading right there for you. Another thing they offer is, as I mentioned, a large amount of stocks, cryptos, and even other cool assets, commodities, not the typical ones, but you can purchase or buy or sell cotton, sugar, wheat, corn, soybean, coffee, live cattle and hogs, even live meat. You can speculate in that. If you think the price of it is going to go up or down, you can speculate in any of these. Energies, more than just oil. You can do gasoline, carbon emissions, crude oil, heating oil, and more. Plenty other ones too. Different metals, more than just gold and silver. You can speculate in platinum, palladium, lead, zinc, nickel, aluminum. I haven't seen this a lot with many other brokers. So they offer a large variety, almost 3,000 different assets. And they're always adding on to it. They're always growing. They're always looking to innovate, which I like, which you want to be with. You want to be with a broker who's innovating and not living in the past. ETFs, of course, quite a wide variety of ETFs. In fact, one of the most amount of ETFs, not only just based out of the States, but based out of other countries, emerging markets, foreign markets. You can invest in there. You can look at those ETFs as well, which is pretty cool. Currencies, of course. In terms of currencies, they are growing their list. Not a huge amount, but they do offer the majors. They offer some of the cross pairs and a few of the exotics, but the majors they have. So they're growing their currency market, but they're primarily into stocks and ETFs and other commodities, which I think most people are into anyways. I'm sure if you can find another Forex broker, you can definitely do that. They offer even stocks in other countries, which is pretty cool. If you want to invest in stocks from the UK or Germany or France and Australia, I don't know if they're available to the US. I don't think so. But if you're not from the US and you find it, if it's available on your platform to trade, most likely you're able to trade it if you can see it on your end. And soon, which is kind of cool, NFTs. They're going to be bringing in NFTs soon, which is pretty nice. Another thing I should mention is, speaking of digital currencies, crypto. They offer a wide variety of crypto, not just your basic sort of Bitcoin and coins, but they offer crosses and other coins, as we'll see. In fact, I'll take you real quick onto the chart. If we go over here to Discover, and it's cool. It shows you a list of everything, as you can see at the end here. They're going to be bringing in NFTs pretty soon, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. And if you look at crypto, you can look at different ones like the crosses, the currency crosses, commodity crosses, and coins. So it's a pretty large variety of different assets. I think this is a good one-stop shop for any of your assets that you want to invest in and hold on to over the long term. It seems pretty easy to get into. They also offer a large variety of deposit methods, more than just bank transfer or just credit card. There's other methods of convenient deposit methods as well, which I'm using the word deposit methods a little quite excessively. And another thing you do is stake your crypto. If you have crypto that you're holding and you want to, get some return on it, You can hold it with eToro. I'm sure you can find other places that are doing well. I don't know too much about this, but do your research, see if eToro is good for you in terms of staking your crypto. If it is, then go for it. But primarily, they're really great when it comes to offering very little, like, you know, they're just, it's very little low fees, highly regulated, a lot of trust, accepting U.S. customers, and a large amount of assets to choose from and growing. And you only need $10 to start. Again, if you have $100 that you want to try out with, go for it. I would suggest try out with a small amount. If $100 is small for you, go for it. If it's a little too much, that's fine. Go with $10. Start with that and see how they are. Give them a test drive, try out their support. They have really good customer support. Although it can expand, they only offer email type support. You have to submit a ticket and they get back to you. There's no phone number. Unless I think you can find the number to their office if you're in that area or in the country. You might be able to call their office and get a hold of them through there. So they can improve on that. But otherwise, they're a really good broker to use. They're pretty easy to get into. Again, lots to offer, a lot of trust, a lot of security. They fill up they check most of the boxes out there in terms of reliability of a broker to choose, and especially if you're new, if you're just starting out, it's a good start to go with. So anyways, check out the links below. Sign up with my link there. I am affiliated with them, so I do get a bit of a compensation from them. But you know, as you can see, as you've seen this video, they're a pretty reliable choice. I mean, you're at the end of the day, it's all about safety, security, making sure your funds are safe, making sure you can take out your profits and withdraw them securely, and eToro allows for that. So anyways, hope you found some value. Let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions, some feedback. Click that thumbs up video, as they say. Yeah, click the like button. Subscribe if you find this useful, and hope you have a great day. Anyways, cheers.